Mike here for the Filter Cleaner Max. Today I'm going to do a demonstration video to show you how to put together the Filter Cleaner Max and how to set it up for your particular pool filter size. First, let's go through the components we have here so you can see what exactly comes with your kit and so you can see how to put it together. There's a checklist on the box that'll show you everything that comes with it. When you receive your package, make sure everything is in there. If not, give us a call right away or send us an email and we'll get you taken care of right away. But we go through a two-step process to make sure everything is in the box and ready to go. First of all, here are all the parts that come with the set. You're gonna have your base, and then you're gonna have your main pressure tube. You're gonna have your spray wand, your 10-foot hose. The upper spinner plate is this one right here that does not have any grooves in it. Your lower spinner plate has the grooves in it, so this is gonna be the one toward the bottom where the water channels out. The cone, the O-ring, an Allen wrench to change the nozzles that go into the pressure tube, the Y valve, and the hose valve. First, you're going to take the base and insert the main pressure tube into it. You simply just push it straight down, lock it in all the way to the bottom. Or take your lower filter spinner, slide it over the top, all the way down to the bottom. We'll take the cone, slide the cone over the top. We'll take the O-ring and slide it over the top of the cone. You can use the upper bearing spinner plate to push everything down all the way to the bottom where it's tight. That way it keeps it from moving. If you pick it up, move it around, nothing will fall off of there. Next, we'll want to install the Y valve onto the pressure tube. And it's super simple, just like a garden hose connection. Just thread it on there. Once you get it all the way where it's fairly snug, you can turn the whole thing, hold the part on the pressure tube with your hand and get it tighter, and then rotate it back and just spin it again. That'll make sure it's good and tight and you don't have any leaks. Next, we're going to go ahead and set up the hose and the wand assembly. Go ahead and take your hose valve, stick it on the end of the hose, tighten it down good and snug. Then you go ahead and take your wand assembly and spin it on top of the hose valve. Let's make sure that it's good and tight. Typically what I do is I hold the hose where it's comfortable, where I can turn it on and off with my thumb in a comfortable position, and make sure that the spray tip is straight vertical with that. You can see the slit goes up and down. That'll help you easily position your hand when you're spraying the filter in a little bit. Now we just need to hook the hose to the Y valve that comes with the set. Thread it on there good and tight. Tighten it up where there's no leakage. And we'll go ahead and set up the main portion to the height of the filter that we need to clean. All right, now we're going to set up your pressure tube for your filter size. And the bottom hole in here always is empty. So this is going to be the main jet that helps spin the filter around and keeps everything good and clean with this lower drainage channel. And then there's individual nozzles or jets in every location up this pole. So once we take your filter that literally just came out of our pool filter, slide it over the top, get it locked onto the lower bearing plate, slide the upper bearing plate on, and you can see that this jet is above the bearing plate. So we want to go to the next one below it. So now we see that one was right there. We go ahead and remove this nozzle. Stick it in there. We'll save that one. And we also want to do one about midline as well. So you've got a couple different choices in here. I would go to the one that's just a little bit higher, so it helps push the motor down. We'll remove that one as well. And we'll stick these in a little plastic bag that came with the Allen wrench so you can save them for a later time. Okay, so now that we got the parts put in the little plastic bag, we're going to go ahead and stick your filter over the top. Go ahead and set your bearing plate back on and just make sure everything spins nice and free. If it does, we're ready to go ahead and hook up the hose. So if not, if there's something out of place or filter sitting sideways or something, just line it back up and just slide right on there. Next, we're going to go ahead and hook up our garden hose. Make sure that you're using a decent quality garden hose. If it's one of the stretchy flex hoses, usually the holes are super small in them, and you're not going to get real good water pressure out of them. They will work, but they're not going to work near as good. Make sure you've got at least a 5/8 diameter hose on the inside. A solid hose, one of these like 0G hoses, any of that stuff will work great. Just make sure you got the right size. You know, make sure both your valves are facing against the supply tube going into them, so they're both off. Go ahead and hook your hose up. Make sure it's good and tight. So now we'll have water control valves here to control the main one going to the pressure tube. We'll control your jets on the inside, that cleans from the inside out. And the other one will control the spray wand that also comes with it. And make sure both of the valves are set to the off position for now. And we'll go ahead and turn on the garden hose and get cleaning. All right, now that we've got the water supply turned on, we're gonna go ahead and crack this valve open. And you'll immediately see debris coming out of the filter, running across the white base at contrast. So when the filter is good and clean, you'll know that the filter is clean because the base won't have any contrasting dirt coming through it. Go ahead and kick it on. Right off the bat, you can see everything washing from the inside out. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and slow this down a little bit just by closing the valve. A little bit at a time. And the regular filter cleaner max will work with a filter up to 28.5 inches long. So make sure you check the dimensions of your filter first. Either a 3 or 4 inch core will work on this one. We can fit as high as you need for a filter, and we can also expand for the 6-inch cores as well. We do have adapters for both of those. We do also have a ground stake as well to put the main support rod into a grassy area in case you don't have a real good area for using the base that's maybe off level. Okay, now that we've got this spinning at a nice slow pace, this is about the right speed you want. We're gonna go ahead and get the water turned on to the spray wand. We'll go ahead and kick this one on. We'll open it up where it goes through there. For a second, you see it fills up the hose, it pressurizes everything. Now the wand is ready to be used. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and spray the water in basically to the center of the valve where it lines up. You can kind of see where it's spraying the water out right now as it's cleaning from the inside out. So we're gonna use the wand and we're gonna spray against that stream and push it down toward the bottom and then out the base. And you'll see real quick how fast that works. Keeping in line with the nozzle, you can see all the stuff coming right off the bottom of that. You can literally push it straight down. And this also having the sideways, we have the flat pan tip. And we'll go ahead and work against that stream a little bit. Just go off a little bit more off of the angle and help push it around a piece. And you can see at the bottom getting nice and clean down there. So just that fast, we clean pretty much the whole filter. It's up to the bottom down there. So as that thing goes, it'll still go ahead and spin and keep cleaning from the inside out. But once we get to the bottom, we'll just work a little bit more and it'll come out nice and clean. Okay, with the filter cleaner max, you can see just a few minutes of cleaning from the inside and out. Didn't have to get up and down. This is most you gotta get down is to turn it off and on. And you can see how clean everything is inside of here. This is an old filter too. This is not a new filter. This thing has actually been used so much where it's actually wasn't cleaned because it was a pain to clean before filter cleaner max that it actually blew out. So this is not a new filter that's just getting cleaned. This is a very old filter, probably about a year old. Has been through the ringers, not cleaned, and then we got the filter cleaner max and it made it so much easier. So hopefully our new filters will not end up blowing out like this anymore, since it's not a real pain to get in here and clean them. I just cleaned this whole thing. I'm not soaking wet. Made life so much easier. Okay, to put away the filter cleaner max is super simple. All you need to do is go ahead and make sure both of your garden hose valves are shut off to go to the spray wand, and you can just unscrew the spray wand. Set it off to the side. You can leave your hose hooked up if you want to, and just make sure your garden hose supply is off. Unhook that, and then Really, to empty the base, all I have to do is just tip the base sideways. And as I mentioned earlier, it automatically filled up the base with water, so you didn't have to worry about filling it up ahead of time. You can see all the dirt and debris that it actually washed out of there because it was set up. Straighten it out real good. You can pull the top out or just leave it the way it is, and then you can store it away easily in the garage or shed. Super easy.